He has achieved global status and rock star status. And why? He tells the truth. He tells the truth to power. And he tells the truth to citizens. He has motivated and energized a movement, not only across Vermont, across this country, and truly across this globe. And today, I am so proud to be the person standing here because he has made everyone in Vermont proud. And I have never been more honored today than to introduce to my community than I am today. Ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce you to our Senator, Senator Bernie Sanders.
By thanking Diane for her years of service to this community. She deserves our support. And let me thank all of you for coming out, and it's very nice to see a lot of kids here as well. And what we are kind of doing this morning is something that I love more than anything else. We're doing something very radical, which is called practicing democracy. Democracy is not a complicated concept. It means that the people, not billionaires or large corporations, should be able to address the issues impacting their communities. Democracy means that the people you elect or the candidates you are thinking about electing should be in front of you, mingling with you, listening to you, and telling you what their vision and what their ideas are. What worries me maybe more than anything else, that throughout our country there are millions and millions of people who are giving up on democracy. They are hurting, they're working longer hours for lower wages, they may not have health care, may not be able to afford to go to the doctor, can't afford childcare, can't afford to send their kids to college. They're worried about climate change, and they look around them and they say, who is worried about me? Who cares about my life? And the answer is, unfortunately, too few people who are elected do care about them. Because another phenomenon that we have is that candidates today are scrambling for money to get elected because we have a disastrous campaign finance system called Citizens Unite. One of the profound issues that we have got to deal with as a nation, are we satisfied with literally a handful of billionaires spending hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars flooding the airwaves with ugly 30-second ads? Is that what democracy is supposed to be about? I think not. Give you an example, another example of money in politics that we have got to address. I just came back from California last week. People of California are trying to take on the pharmaceutical industry, which is charging us by far the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. There are people in this room who will walk into the pharmacy and find that the price they paid for medicine for years has been doubled or tripled. We have kids who have serious illnesses whose parents can't afford the medicine they need. Elderly people cutting their pills in half because medicine is so expensive. In California, the drug companies are spending $100 million to defeat a ballot item to lower prescription drug costs. $100 million. So all over this country, wherever people stand up, we have candidates who are standing up for working families. The billionaires say, no, no, no. We want our candidates who want to eliminate Social Security. They want to eliminate Medicare. They want to eliminate Medicaid. And they want to give, as Donald Trump does, hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars in tax breaks to the top 1/10 of 1%, 2/10 of 1%. And to my mind, the antidote of that, believe it or not, is exactly what we are doing today. It is people coming out raising issues. What are the issues? Why, as the wealthiest nation in the history of the world, are we the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all people? Why are so many kids, and I guess Sue Minter will talk to this, think about it for a second. Everybody here knows that we're living in a changing economy. We need the best educated workforce in the world, and yet there are so many families throughout this state who cannot afford to send their kids to college, or those who are leaving college are leaving school deeply in debt. Does that make sense to anybody? No. So what we have got to do is think big. Where do we want to go as a state? We've got David Zuckerman here is a farmer. All of us are concerned about the quality of the food that we eat. How do we sustain local agriculture, perhaps organic agriculture, and make sure that the price that people are paying for their food is something that they can afford? Those are the kinds of issues. How do we have in Vergennes and throughout this state, throughout this country, quality education for our kids? How do we have quality child care? You know, there are people in Washington who still think we're living in the 1950s, where dad goes to work and mom presumably is staying home with the kids. Mom is not staying home with the kids. Mom is out working, and mom and dad can't afford to find quality, affordable child care in their community. And every psychologist in the world knows that 0 through 4 are the most formative years of a human being's life. Why aren't we making sure that the littlest among us have the highest quality child care that we can provide for them? To my mind, it all comes down, you know, not many people in Washington will tell you this, but it all comes down to the incredible greed of people who have billions of dollars. You would think that if somebody had billions of dollars, it might be enough. But apparently it's not. They want even more. They want more tax breaks to make it harder for us to fund child care and education and our infrastructure. So what today is about is you're going to hear from a very, very strong slate of candidates. People who are doing, some of them are in office now doing good work, other people want to be your elected officials. And I hope they will tell you what their vision is and where they want to go. But I have always believed that if we stand together, if we ask the right questions, if we don't allow demagogues to divide us up, when we stand together, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. And I have always believed that our small state, for 100 different reasons, has the capability and the potential to lead this nation in a very, very different direction. So with that, let me begin by introducing someone I have known for many, many years. In fact, we used to play basketball together in Burlington about 30 years ago. Please welcome Dave Sharp.